Hello, everyone. How y'all doing? My name is Mario Matthews. I am the owner and operator of Menace Till Dawn Productions. Menace Till Dawn Productions is an entertainment media production company focused on empowering black families. In the link below, you'll be able to buy our products. My first book, Dream No More, Rise of a Lion, will be in the link below. And if you like to show some support, some love, hit that like button, hit the share button, and please go to the link and support. Thank you. All right, so this video is long overdue. It is very long overdue. And due to the fact that I've been busy with my own job and my own business and a lot of different things in my life that I need to take care of, new updates coming for the books. It's cooking. It's cooking, family. You feel me? But but I really want to have a really serious discussion about this video and about this topic. So the long overdue apology to the ADOS movement, to Yvette and to Tone and to all of the followers, of the ADOS movement, myself included. At the towards mid at the end of mid last year, that's when all of the dust started flaring up with Tariq Nasheed, Jason Black, and Professor Black Truth, who many believe that Professor Black Truth and Jason Black is the same person, but hey, it is what it is. During that time, a lot of people were on the fence. Okay, let's keep it real. A lot of people were on the fence. A lot of people were trying to figure out what the heck is going on. Why are y'all fighting? What's this? Miscommunication between everybody. However, only us, I would say, a few of us really understood what was happening in that moment. And the reason why I say that is because there is a contingency of cross-platform listeners that listen to all of these people that were in this particular space. Okay, Yvette, Tone, Jason Black, Tariq, and Professor Black Truth. There is a specific demographic of people that listen to all five of these platforms, even if they never had cross communication. And I was one of those people. Okay? I listened to all five platforms for years. Okay? 3 years plus. Now, mind you, I started with Professor Black Truth and Tariq Nasheed first. Then I started listening to Jason Black. Then I started listening to Zoe Williams. Shouts out to Zoe. And through that, I had gotten introduced to Yvette and Tone. Okay? Now, look, we have to have a real coming to Jesus moment, for lack of a better term. And myself personally, I have to give an apology to Yvette and to Tone. Okay? Why am I apologizing? I'm apologizing because I own up to the fact that I was one of many people who empowered Jason Black, Professor Black Truth, and Tariq Nasheed with the fantasy that what I'm saying, that there was some kind of communication going on, and this is a black empowerment thing, and everybody is doing their thing. We all coming together. We doing our thing. You know what I'm saying? Politically, business wise, I honestly thought that there was some kind of a communication going on. However, we He can be wrong. And in turn, that gave Tariq Nasheed, Professor Black Truth, and Jason Black the the authority, no pun intended, to sort of assert themselves in this space of politics. Now, mind you, they've already been here for a while, as Yvette already pointed out. Okay? They've already been here for a while. And the reason why they've gained so much prominence at this particular point is because before we had Yvette and Tone and the actual data on the ground facts of the black community, black American descendants of slavery, it was a free for all. And quite honestly, that free for all has been happening for a very long time. If you search back in the archives for a very long time when it comes to black YouTube, there's a lot of gender warring. There's a lot of Pan-African pro-black stuff. You feel me? There's a lot of strive or do for selfism. There's a lot of just self-deprecating, self-defeating, circular arguments back and forth. Like Yvette and Tone, y'all have to understand that there's a reason why these people void themselves of leadership. Okay? And I'm talking all of them. Not just Tariq Nasheed, not just Jason Black, not just Professor Black True. There's a whole plethora of black YouTubers who are voiding themselves of leadership within this space. And the reason is when you have a vacuum of information, a vacuum of responsibility, then it becomes a free-for-all. You don't have to own up to anything. You can constantly point fingers. You can constantly abdicate any sense of ownership or responsibility for anything you do. And when it comes to taking the realm of leadership offline and applying it to the real world, it becomes a look. I didn't tell them to go do that. You can have people on here for years on end not showing their faces, purposely amping up people online to go out here with bad information, bad research, and unfortunately make some very bad decisions, whether financially, politically, personally. And to be fair, since we are all looking for an answer, and those were the only people we had online at the time, it is what it is. We fell into that trap. It is what it is. Now, mind you, this all started when Tone tried to dial back on Tariq Nasheed, like, yo, listen, we are not a conservative right-wing movement. This is what we're about and stuff like that. Now, mind you, there was no disrespectful approach to Tone's video, regardless of any of the criticism. Regardless of the criticism, there was no disrespectful sort of connotations of what was happening. It was purely informational. It was purely a point to where, Antonio Moore was attempting to enlighten Tariq Nasheed. And Tariq Nasheed, being the type of person that he is, started throwing a temper tantrum. Okay? I distinctly remember him saying that I am not a part of your organization. You cannot pull my coattails or, pull my cord, pull my collar. I'm not a part of your organization. Fine. That's perfectly fine. However, the blatant disrespect that Tariq Nasheed had fired at Antonio Moore at the time. It like he's on his show talking about, okay, I'm not personally attacking him. I'm just saying what it is. I'm not personally attacking him. Come on, bruh. And y'all all do the same thing. You, Jason Black, and y'all all do the same thing. Professor Black Truth, or maybe the same person. We don't know. Y'all all do the same thing. But when it comes to criticizing y'all, oh, why? Everybody in the crowd's like, oh, why y'all being divisive, Yvette and Tone? Why y'all being divisive? Why can't y'all be divisive? Ain't nobody saying that to Tariq, Jason Black, and Professor Black Truth. Okay? Because they already know the deal. They already know that these dudes in this space have been running this thing, this sham, for a very long time. Okay? Professor Black Truth and Jason Black, if there is to be any sort of redemption, I highly doubt there's any redemption at this point because they don't take criticism at all. However, if there's to be any redemption, they got to show their face. Not only do they have to show their face, but they have to give an apology to Yvette and Tone. Same goes for Tariq Nasheed. They have to clarify and nullify all of the lies and this propaganda mill that they think they're spinning over there. And they have to put in a code of conduct for everybody to be able to read at all times on their platforms. Because as far as I'm concerned, this code that they're working by, definitely not nearly full of Junior's code, but it is a very nefarious code that has the markings of white supremacy. Oh yeah. That whole fight fire with fire thing. Until you burn the wrong people or burn yourselves. You see, I was an advocate, supporter of Professor Black Truth, Jason Black, Tariq Nasheed. I've actually donated to numerous campaigns, stemming all the way from 1804 to race war. That is gone now. I'm going to make this clear, okay? Menace Till Dawn Productions will no longer be supporting Professor Black Truth, Jason Black, or Tariq Nasheed. Now, I know they're not hurting, for me, personally, not supporting them. However, if enough of us understand that the propaganda mill that they have going on right now is just a bunch of lies and deceit used in the same vein that a white supremacist would use against black people. It is very destructive, and it is very telling. As Jason Black would say, this is good. Okay? You guys have shown your hands. You haven't shown your faces, but you've shown your hands, okay? It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time before we all are going to understand that working against your best interest is only going to lead to your destruction. All of the laughing, all of the joking, the childishness, it's not going to lead anywhere. It's going to lead to nowhere. Okay? It's time that people grow up and start to take the mantle of adulthood and do what is necessary in the eyes, in the presence of adversity. I don't care if it's a white supremacist. I don't care if it's some black person online scamming people. I don't care if it's some faceless Phantom of the Opera. At the end of the day, the adults will make the decisions necessary and make the sacrifices necessary to make everyone understand that the survival of Black American descendants of slavery is not up for debate. It's not a joke. And it's damn sure not up to the decision making of people like Jason Black, Tariq Nasheed, and Professor Black Truth. Yvette and Tone has brought to light, not only have they brought to light very pertinent information, but they have brought to the table a fire that has been lying dormant for a very long time. One would argue since the Civil Rights Movement. And as they've said repeatedly over and over again, you cannot have business without politics. It's that simple. These things not only work hand in hand, but you can't abdicate one without the other. There are two sides of the same coin. You cannot do one first and then expect the other to work. And I'm talking about both politics and business. You cannot do politics without handling your business at the same time. And you ain't handling your business if you ain't doing politics at the same time. And largely, that's the biggest criticism of Dr. Claude Anderson's work. That's the biggest criticism. So, with that being said, when it comes to Tariq Nasheed, Professor Black Truth, and Jason Black, specifically Jason Black and his followers calling for the deaths, the killings of Yvette and Tone. If anyone has the right to protect themselves against these sort of violations, it's Yvette and Tone. I mean, let's just think about that 1 second, okay? We have a faceless man on the internet riling up his listeners to call for the deaths of Yvette and Tone, who have never done anything to prompt this type of assailment? This type of ire? Y'all want to drag them in the streets and beat them to death? Is that what y'all want to do? Now, lastly, I would like to recommit myself to the ADOS movement. Every year, this should be a thing. We should be recommitting ourselves to the ADOS movement, our agenda, and our plan moving forward. A sort of state of the union, if you will. The ADOS Seattle chapter, or the ADOS Washington State, that's my Facebook page. ADOS Washington State. I don't lie, I haven't been active in the last few months. However, it is time to recommit to that. It is time to do more outreach. I have been trying to do some outreach efforts in the past. I've also been trying to call a meeting in the past. However, I'm not going to lie to you. If there is no interest, then committing time and resources to that which people will not show up for is not the best use of time and energy. However, I will do my best to reach those people who are interested in progressing the ADOS movement and the Black agenda. It's time that it is time to weed out those who are not serious. It is time to weed out those who are on the fence because we don't know whether or not they can be trusted. It is time to weed out those who are indifferent and who would rather let everything go to the wind instead of taking the responsibility and pursuing that which is owed to us as a group. Black American descendants of slavery, we have come very far. And we have battled with titans of all strides. And we haven't quit yet. We haven't been erased from the annals of history yet. And we have to do what is necessary. We have to make the sacrifices in order to ensure that the next generation has not only a fighting chance, but the advantages that they are owed. This is Mario Matthews, owner and operator of Menace Till Dawn Productions. And I will be hollering at y'all later, you feel me? Please like, please share, please subscribe. And please leave a comment. And I'll get back to you, okay? Much love and respect, fam. Peace.